What do you do when you can't get aroused? That's the question we're answering today. But first, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mary Whitman Ortiz, relationship coach and Christian sex educator, and I love to help couples create great intimacy in their marriage. So please like, subscribe, share, click that notification bell, and tune in every Friday for a new video. We are in a series of the top 5 sex questions, and this week's question is number 2. What do you do when you can't get aroused? Now, I have to have a bit of disclaimer here. First of all, I always suggest that you check with your medical doctor because there are a lot of health issues and just patterns within the lifespan of your body that could definitely have an impact. So you need to consider your whole person when you are identifying what is the source of a problem. So a medical doctor is going to be a great resource for you. But I want to give you some other things to consider from a relational perspective. So number 1, women have to give their mental yes to sex first. Men and women process sex very differently. Their entire cycle is so different. And women are interconnected, and they are letting their thoughts be rehashing the day, thinking about the cares and the concerns that are coming up. And so they have to tell their brain that it's okay to stop that for now. It's okay to just say yes, yes. And believing that God made sexual intimacy as a gift to marriage, and all of the reasons why it's a good thing for you will absolutely help you to say yes. But that happens first. What happens next? Number 2, you have to know how to suspend your cares and trust God with them for the next hour, however amount of time that you have set aside for intimacy with your husband. So these tips are primarily for the wife, but the husband needs to know what she's going through. She's not just saying, I have a headache, to say I have a headache. Probably. Because she has many steps to get to that place of arousal, a husband might get there much faster and get there from A, and a woman has 4 steps before she can even get to her step number 1. So I'm giving some explanation about what goes on before she can give her body to arousal. But just to remember, the things that you're worrying about, the things that are occupying your thoughts, if it's an emergency, take care of it like it's an emergency. If it's not an emergency, then let yourself suspend the cares for a short period of time so you can give yourself to your husband, to this wonderful experience, and you will come out bonded and closer to your husband, and then you can face the other things that have been on your list. And what about number 3? There's a sequence to arousal, and this is excellent and very practical news for you. So for women, they need words and non-sexual touch first. Words and non-sexual touch. And these would be emotional words, not just rehashing the events of the day, this surface level. Hey, did you get that call from your boss? Listen, I'm going to be late for a meeting this Friday night. No. Those things need to happen, but those things are not a part of the arousal process. That's not foreplay. So the words that she needs to hear are emotional and endearing. I was thinking about you today. You are so precious and dear to me. One that my husband uses, I'm just going to reveal this right now. He tells me I have beautiful eyes. I think I fall for it every time. I don't know. But there are little things like that that are meaningful, and you need to learn for each other what needs to be said what needs to be heard, and all of the non-sexual touch that is the warm-up foreplay session. And then when it comes to more direct stimulation, we want to encourage light stimulation and direct contact with genitalia, indirect contact. So there is this a bouncing back and forth. So there's variety with intensity, with location. So there's a lot going on there. It's not just hop in the bed and touch the breasts. There is a beautiful story. Think about all the characters that come in the story and the settings and the nuances. So it is definitely more than physical, and even the physical aspects of becoming aroused for sexual intimacy take on a life of their own. And it's okay. It's okay for you as a woman to have different needs. Express them. Don't keep your husband in the dark. And husbands, it's okay that your wife is different every night. Just celebrate. That's a part of God's design, a little bit of mystery there. And it can be something that bonds you closer together. So what else do I want you to remember? I want you to remember the first step is always to talk about it. The second step is to commit to connection. We're getting through this. And then the third step is to try new ways to show love. And these might be new sexual activities. They might be new expressions of endearment. They might be new surprise fun date nights. So all of those pieces help, and they work together to create great intimacy. But if you still want some help, if you want some more practical tips, how do I put this into words, Mary? I wrote the books. Why can't I talk to him about sex? Why can't I talk to her about sex? There's a husband's book. There's a wife's book. And it prompts you with questions. So you can put these things in words. I know they're very awkward when it's something that is off your radar. But the books are sort of a done for you to get you to think about things that you haven't addressed yet, and things that will open the doors to so much more closeness and enjoyment. So look for the links and you can get those books. And thanks so much for joining. Remember, when your marriage thrives, everything in your life thrives.